Hi, so today I'm going to teach you how to punch needle using our DIY kit. Step 1 is to use your embroidery hoop and stretch your fabric as tightly as you can over the hoop. If you do not create enough tension in the fabric, your punch needle will not go through as nicely as you want it to. So once you have done that and your fabric is stretched tightly over the embroidery hoop, then the next step is to draw your design onto the cloth. Just a very rough sketch will do because this will actually be the back side of your design and will not be seen in the final product of your design. After this, we're going to thread our punch needle using our threader and also our punch needle. So there are actually instructions at the back of every punch needle because every package comes with different instructions and different types of threaders. So if you got this kind of threader, you take the hook part and you insert it into the hole of the punch needle. So as you can see here, I insert the hook into the hole of the punch needle and pull it through the back end of the punch needle. So take your yarn and yarn it over your threader with the hook like this and also pull it out through the hole of the punch needle on the other end. So make sure that your yarn actually comes out of the other end using the hole. Then you want to pull your yarn out just like this from the hole and to make sure that it comes out as a single piece of string at the end. Now after you've done that, for your first stitch or your starting stitch, you want to always make sure that you have at least 2 inches or more of yarn at the end of your punch needle. So to start punch needling, you have to understand that the pointy end of this punch needle has to always face outwards. So this pointy end will always face in the opposite direction that you're stitching in. So here I'm beginning to stitch my first stitch. I always make sure that the end of the punch needle is fully inserted into the piece of cloth and the blue part is always touching the cloth. This will create a very even stitch. So here you can see I am starting my first stitch. Whenever you stitch, make sure that you do not pull the punch needle out and it's always touching the monk's cloth. Here is my second stitch and I'm making sure that the complete end of the punch needle goes through the fabric and the blue part of the punch needle is touching the fabric. So here I'm showing you that the opposite side of your design will be the loopy side of your design, which is also known as the actual front side of your design. So the part where you're stitching right now will be the back side of your design, so it doesn't have to be as neat or as nice as you want it to be. So you always have to check on the back part of the fabric if your design is looking how you want it to look. So just continue stitching for the outline of your design and to always make sure to check the back of the design because that's what your final product will look like at the end. Now sharing the biggest tip that I have when you're punch needling is to make sure that there is no tension in the end of your punch needle. Your stitches will get undone if there is tension at the end of your yarn. So what you can do is actually just leave a ball of yarn or just compile your yarn so that there is nothing pulling your yarn. Continue this until your design is done. So in the next clip, I'm going to show you how to end your stitches. So let's say you want to end on one stitch or you just want to end using your yarn or you want to switch color. Turn your work and just snip the portion of yarn off at the end. You don't have to worry about this portion because we're going to trim this all at the end of our work. So once you're done punch needling your entire design, you're going to have something like this. So how to end it is you just trim all the outlines of the flower and also to just glue down all the excess fabric down. You may trace this design on something like felt or a used t-shirt. Cut out the drawing of the design and also to glue this onto either the felt backing or the used t-shirt. That will make sure that the stitches stay still and won't unravel. I hope that you have found this video useful in your DIY kit. If not, you can always DM me for any other questions that you have regarding your DIY kit or how to punch needle. Have fun and stay safe. Bye bye!